Hello and welcome to one of several presentations about the ethics rules that apply to all federal employees. My name is Emily Dockstader.
And my name is Jackie Bryant.
We're both from the USDA Office of Ethics. Today, we're going to be talking to you about the gift rules and the many exclusions to the gift rules.
The gift rules prohibit federal employees from accepting anything of value either from a prohibited source, which is anyone that does business with USDA or is regulated by USDA, or given because of their official position. However, there are both exceptions and exclusions to this rule.
An exception allows an employee to accept something that would normally be considered a prohibited gift. Check out our other videos on the gift rules for more information on the gift exceptions.
Exclusions, on the other hand, are things that aren't considered gifts at all, and that is going to be the focus of this video.
We are going to take you through the full list of gift exclusions. This can be a lot to remember, so if you're offered something and you're not sure if it's a gift or not, the best thing to do is to contact the Office of Ethics before accepting.
The first gift exclusion on the agenda relates to snacks. A snack includes coffee, donuts, and other modest food and drink items that are not part of a meal. These foods and drinks are small enough that they generally don't count as gifts, even if they're given by a prohibited source or offered because of your official position.
Of course, if a prohibited source is buying you coffee every day for a month, you still need to consider the appearance problems associated with that. This is another good time to contact the Office of Ethics. We can advise you on whether you should decline a repeated offer like this to avoid appearance problems. Remember that from an ethics standpoint, you can never go wrong with politely refusing an offer.
The next gift exclusion involves greeting cards, plaques, certificates, and trophies. The idea here is that these items don't have much intrinsic value and are only intended for presentation. It's fairly unlikely that an outside source would attempt to bribe a federal employee with a greeting card or certificate, so you can generally accept these items.
Prizes and contests open to the general public are not considered gifts either. If you win the hot dog eating contest at a local fair and they award you with the prize of a gift card to Joe's hot dog stand, it's not a gift. You won it fair and square while participating in your personal capacity in an event open to the general public. However, you should be careful about contests only offered to federal officials, such as raffles by outside sources at conferences where only federal employees attend.
The fourth gift exclusion is commercial loans, as well as pensions and similar benefits. If you take a loan out from a bank on terms that are generally available to the public, that is not a gift. Of course, if you get some sort of individualized special deal on the loan because of your position, that could be a problem.
The fifth gift exclusion concerns commercial discounts available to the general public or to all government employees. If you go to your local diner and they're having a 10% discount night for all customers, that's not a gift. If you sign up for Geico car insurance and take advantage of their federal employee discount, that's also not a gift. However, if Tyson Foods, which is a prohibited source because they're regulated by USDA, offers you a special 50% discount on all Tyson products, that would be a gift because it's just being offered to you. Therefore, this exclusion does not apply.
The basic rule to keep in mind with prizes, loans, and discounts is that if it's open to the general public, it's not a gift.
The sixth exclusion is free attendance at events you are speaking at in your official capacity, specifically for the day on which you're speaking. This is considered customary and a common practice for event organizers to waive registration fees for speakers on the day of the speech, so this is not considered a gift. If you're offered free attendance on days you are not speaking, however, you will need to see if a different authority can permit your free attendance for those days, such as the widely attended gathering exception or 18 U.S.C. 1353.
Anything you pay fair market value for is also not a gift. So a good way to deal with a situation where you've been offered something and you don't know whether or not you can accept and you cannot contact the Office of Ethics is to pay for it.
And just like anything you pay for isn't a gift, anything the government pays for is also not a gift. For example, if you're sent to a conference on the agency's dime, it's not a gift.
Those are the 8 categories of gift exclusions: snacks, certificates and trophies, prizes if open to the general public, commercial loans and pensions, commercial discounts, speaking and similar engagements, items you pay for, and items the government pays for. But even if one of these exclusions does apply, there are still situations where you should refuse the gift.
One of those situations is if you're subject to a more restrictive USDA statute or internal HR policy within your agency. Both the Federal Meat Inspection Act and the Federal Grain Inspectors Act are more restrictive in their gift rules and prohibit their employees from accepting just about anything of value.
The other situation is where accepting the item creates an appearance issue, like the example from earlier, where a prohibited source is buying you coffee every day for a month. Trust your instincts here. If an offer feels fishy, don't accept it.
As always, remember to contact us with any questions, and have a great day.